Let's talk conspiracy theory, culture, and the human soul right now on Gen X News. Good morning. Sunday morning. Wait a minute. It's Sunday afternoon. Do you guys remember that? When Nancy Pelosi appeared on the news looking like she was out of her mind. Like she hadn't had her meds yet. And she was like, good morning. Sunday morning. I remember that one. I think it's fun day. And I have to, it's funny fun day. It's Conspiracy Sunday, you guys. And I've got a few interesting conspiracies to talk about today. And then tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing the Canadian election results. I don't know if I'll stay for the whole thing. We'll do some of it, see what happens. I'm going to talk about a couple of things, including Jordan Peterson and different things about Canada. There's some news going on there. So we'll see what goes on. I know we got John aside here, incognito. Hopefully some of you will stream in while we are chit-chatting. I've had to alter the times a little bit. I was going to do this later. I wasn't sure how long I would have to spend talking about this. We're going to kind of go over Adolf Hitler and disappearing. Maybe he's still alive again towards the end. We've got some Princess Diana stuff to talk about. And that's going to be really interesting because Princess Diana's death has never set right with anyone. So we're going to discuss a few things that tie into stuff perhaps that's still going on to this very day. We're also going to talk about Virginia Giuffre. She was the witness in the Epstein thing. Prince Andrew involved, royal family stuff again. She allegedly committed suicide. Now we know that's crazy. We know that's absolutely crazy. That did not happen. And of course, I'm going to start out talking about iPhone being satanic. I don't know what you think about that. It's a little bit crazy. But before I do, remember, guys, go to the website to subscribe if you're not already subscribed on either Rumble, YouTube, or Twitter or X. Those are where we live stream. So genxonx.com. Check it out there. You can subscribe on all those platforms. You can also donate if you want to. The links to Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are all right there. I'll pop them up right here as I'm talking. Why does it always do that? So we've got the PayPal. And then, of course, Venmo. And Cash App. And, of course, I just did a show for my subs on X. If you do $5 a month as a sub on X about Jordan Peterson attacking Christianity. I'm going to mention Jordan Peterson a few times, probably because he's Canadian, on Monday's show. But you would have gotten that extra little tidbit, and you would have got the documentary and e-zine archive and all that stuff if you're a subscriber on the X. That's at Gen X News on X. Again, that link is also on the website, genxonx.com. That is genxonx.com. You can check it out there. So, I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm exhausted. 2 nights of really crappy sleep. And I'm hoping to make it through this show. Probably run about an hour. See how long I can last. Oh my God. It's just one of those weekends where we just had too much things to do and not enough time in a couple of days and things that we had to get done. So it's just how it plays out. You guys, it's just how it plays out. So bear with me on the show because things are getting weird. And I don't know about you, but I mean, I have an iPhone. One of the biggest reasons I do have an iPhone is my son does not live in the same country as me. He's an adult over in Canada, but I can send him text messages and not get charged for them through the thing through iPhone. So he has an iPhone, I have an iPhone, and I was trained in graphic design, and one of the standards of graphic designers is Mac. So I always had a Mac. If you're a gamer or something like that, or coder, you might like, a PC, a regular Microsoft or whatever. But so I used to have a Samsung, but I don't know if Samsung's any better. But iPhone's the original smartphone, right? And we all know the logo and all of that stuff. The apple with the bite taken out of it, da 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 da. Well, there's a conspiracy theory about the iPhone being the Antichrist. Here's the thing about conspiracy theories, and I had someone get all titchy with me in the comments. Maybe I'll show you the comments saying, this is pathetic, get a job, because I kind of mentioned the conspiracy theory. Look, just because I say conspiracy theory and I'm going to talk about it on my show, doesn't necessarily mean I think it's true or real or whatever. Dude's like, go get a job. I'm like, hey, douche fuck, you're the one who's commenting here. Why don't you keep scrolling and get a job? Anyways, we're going to look at this. The iPhone. Is this it here? Yeah, it is. Now we got it. So this idea that the
Careful with your iPhone, as there is a theory that suggests it is a...
I didn't mean to press that so soon. There's this thing about the iPhone. And it's just some strange history about it. We were talking about the obelisk and the black cube, Stanley Kubrick's 2001. And there's a lot of people who think that obelisk shape that, influences mankind. A lot of people think that is like a reference for like the movie screen or an iPhone now, like it was predicting the iPhone. There's that theory out here. But this one kind of goes a little bit farther into that it is the Antichrist. So let's check out and see what these people have to say about it.
The subtle symbol of the Antichrist. Indeed, some argue that the I in the name iPhone refers to the eye, a symbol often associated with surveillance and control. And this is where the theory becomes truly intriguing. The iPhone has the ability to hear and observe nearly everything you say and do constantly. It is constantly listening. And what about Siri? It turns out that if you spell Siri backwards, you get Iris. The iris is not only a part of the eye, but also the name of the Greek goddess of messengers, a bridge between humanity and the gods. If you flip over your iPhone and look at the back, you will see the famous Apple logo, an apple with a bite taken out of it. This reminds many of the forbidden fruit from the Garden of Eden, the instrument Satan used to tempt humans and lead them to commit the original sin. Thus, the iPhone, this ever-present device displaying the symbol of original sin, could indeed...
It cut off a little bit there. They only had a minute, but it's this idea of this ever-watching sort of presence that many of us, I should say, think is this tool and benevolent element to help us navigate, and we can access all this information all at once. But the actual Antichrist is right. It is supposed to be an individual, and that individual may represent a system. I don't know if an actual device tool makes sense unless it becomes and transforms into some kind of AI figure. Right? I don't know about you. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but for me, the thing about the Antichrist and all the stuff that we talk about with it is it's written in text, and anybody can transfer that and reinterpret that and apply it onto anything. And the other thing about biblical prophecy is once you have that written, the powers that be, they kind of construct what you believe, and they can actually create scenarios in which these things happen so as to motivate you to do something that they would like you to do. So they know you believe in an